What's going on, guys? It's Azwan here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. I feel like I'm going really fast. We're gonna try out some more endings, including getting a quick one just off the bat, which I believe you do by just sitting in your office. So yeah, let's just chill out here. I'll tell you all about my day. I went and got my car refinanced. That was fun. Got off of work extra early. Got off about an hour and a half early. That was really nice. I really enjoyed that. Finished editing yesterday's Minecraft video. That was really good. Love that. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. Why is this taking so long? I swear there's a freaking ending where you just sit in here and then he'll be like, sadly, just couldn't leave the room because he's too much of a pussy. I'm just gonna sit here until something happens. I'm sorry, what? I just closed the door?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Yay!
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh! I think he died. He got eviscerated. Oh! I'm alive again. Alright, here we go. Let's continue forth.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Is it
Stanley
raining?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I've
No
never
matter
had...
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I didn't know it could rain in game. That's wild. Can I close this door? Okay, no. I had no idea it could rain. I really didn't. I thought it was like a... I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, here it is. Awaiting input. Okay, input received. Okay, if that's there, that means we have to go find more computers to put input in. What other computers need my input? I swear there's more... Are those mugs? I swear there's more computers that need my input. Huh. I don't know. I guess let's just continue. I was gonna do a certain ending, but I guess I won't now. Oh, what the heck? I thought I saw a bloody line. Okay, the input is received in there. There's no other options for input, though. That's solitaire. Who knows? I guess let's just keep going.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, I'll go on the door on my left. See if I can go fast. I'm on a roll.
There was not a single person here.
Also, if this is what it sounds like while it's raining, that would imply that
Stanley decided to go up to
the
his
roof is like
boss's
directly
office,
above me.
hoping he might find an answer there.
Let's do broom closet ending.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
Actually, wait,
he
can you
turned
do an
around
ending here?
and got back on track.
No. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna wait. You know, I'm gonna... What the frick is that? What are these
There was
wall
nothing here.
textures?
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be
It's
here.
more than that. Also, are these freaking... Oh yeah, the textures are kind of... Actually, are these textures
Baffling
3D?
that Stanley was still
Bruh.
just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
Look at this.
As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
That is very rude. Also, this broom closet is an absolute mess.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Because I thought there was an
Please
ending
offer
in
me
here.
Some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm trying to get an ending. Is there not an ending in here? I thought there was. Anyways, let's look at the items. We got some rolls
You
of
do
duck.
realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. but it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Anyways, there's a mop bucket here. Without a mop, we got more
Maybe
duck.
to you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending?
Yeah!
The broom closet ending was my favorite."
XD.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
I'm gonna tell that to my friend after I record this video.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really
What?
stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
What the heck?
That
He's...
or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my gosh. What the frick? He's so mean to me all of a sudden.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I died?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Oh, he means in real
In
life.
a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Gross.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Sorry, no one can hear you.
He or
I've got
she
headphones
has
on.
fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please
Does that
remove
imply that
their
he's not
corpse
human?
from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I guess that's all we can do. That was kind of sad.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you too. Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
So if I leave... I guess let's just continue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, no, let's go downstairs. There should be something down here. It's freaky down here. There's a freaking red light right here. What the heck? Alright, let's go.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss.
How the frick did
Admitting
this
he had left
car
his
get in
post
here?
During work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive
Also, are these
economy,
both parking
why
spots?
had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think
What
he
do
was
these mean?
crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Crazy?
All of my coworkers
I was crazy
blinking
once. They locked me in a
mysteriously out of
room.
existence
A
in
rubber
single
room.
moment
A rubber
for
room with
no
rats.
reason at all.
And rats make me
None of
crazy.
it made any
Crazy?
logical sense.
I was crazy
And as
once.
Stanley
They locked me in a
pondered this,
room.
he began
A
to
other
make
room.
other
A
strange
rubber room with rats.
observations.
Hey,
For
what the heck?
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
No
Why did
feet.
doors close automatically behind him while
The door's closed.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
That's what I'm saying.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yay!
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Hey, we're back
He wasn't
here.
going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. He
Crazy?
thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go
License
back
plate
to my
number.
boring real-life job pushing buttons.
I'm sorry, is that an
I may
Alaska
as well
license
enjoy
plate?
this while I'm still lucid.
This is
So,
America.
he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it
Hey.
too appeared. It was so
Wow.
much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Oh.
I'm dreaming about a voice
Also,
describing me.
for this car's
thinking
brake
about
lights to be
how
on, there
it's
has to be someone in there
describing my
pulling the
thoughts,
brakes, but there's
he
no one
thought.
in there.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
What?
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
I mean, how did he do the stars
Stanley
then?
is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Oh.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
And then he
I
woke
want
up.
my apartment, and
And
my
he's
wife,
pooped himself.
and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
He's all gay? Oh. I'm still here? Oh!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
Oh, it's getting really red.
I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
This is a story about a girl named Sarah.
This is the story
Oh.
of a woman named Mariella.
Woman named Morelia. Oh, Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this
But
particular
Stanley.
day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
What?
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Dang, what a
Then
freak.
she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at
Is that the
body.
car?
And then she turned and ran.
Dang, that's like... Is that even legal? What the frick? We're back. Anyways, let's continue. Let's look at all the computers
I can't
real
wait
fast.
to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
What the frick? Oh, here it is! Awaiting input. Input received. I don't know if that'll save over, but let's go do this ending over here. Get up on
No
this
matter how
chair.
hard Stanley looked,
I'll
he
get up
couldn't
here.
find a trace of his
Get up here.
co-workers.
Crouch over here and into the wall. Yay! I've broken free of this prison.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map
And this
until he heard
small.
this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Here, look at
He
this
then
so you guys have
praised the
something to
game
look
for
at.
its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh. I should get an option. Nah, I like it. It's kind of fun.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
I just assumed that
Would I have
it
taken
would
the
have
same
ended
idea
the run.
but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
No.
Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Oh.
Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
So where do I hit continue? Can I just click yes? I guess. Begin the game again. Does that always say that? Oh, it does. Hey, it's raining again! Alright, I guess let's go check out the other ending. Actually, wait.
Door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
What are the computers? Oh, none of them have the thing on it. Alright, let's go back out there and see what the other option has to say.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
And over here. Alright, we did it. Except this time we have rain.
At first, Stanley assumed
yeah.
the map until he heard this narration.
Let me just wait for the answers to reappear. Yes, I am.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Huh?
There once was a man named Stanley.
Oh, he's singing for us.
Who people considered so manly.
Thank you.
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly.
What does that mean?
What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
Oh.
Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable.
What the heck?
You too will become quite unbearable.
Is that everything? Oh, he's still going. How long does this go for? I don't know, I think I'm just gonna leave this episode here, honestly, because it seems to be going nowhere. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this Stanley Parable video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time, so peace.